308-5000 or chat with us online at davidhallmortgage.com. Lower payments, better options, more personal attention.
97.1 The Ticket, the Detroit Tigers, Kroger, and the Carmanos Cancer Institute join forces for the 8th annual Pink Out the Park Friday, July 19th versus the Toronto Blue Jays. The game pays tribute to and remembers those lost to breast cancer. Visit tigers.com/pinkout for more. The only way you can take 97.1 The Ticket with you is the radio.com app. Download it today and listen to us anytime, anywhere.
Green checks Newman. The 2-1. Swinging a ground ball. Grabbed by Green. Throws down to Goodrum. One relay to first. Tigers win. What a job by Shane Green. He gets the ground ball, and he had to react quickly to grab it and start a 1-6-3 game-ending double play.
Tremendous. What a pitcher.
Shane Green gets the save last night again for the Tigers in a 5-4 win over Pittsburgh, snapping a 4-game losing streak. Jordan Zimmerman is back. He is scheduled to pitch tonight for the Tigers as they finish out that mini 2-game set against the Bucks. So Stoney went golfing yesterday with Richard Hamilton, Rip Hamilton, and Evan Jenkins. And apparently Rip forgot his golf clubs.
Apparently he did. He forgot his golf clubs. They showed up in the 5th hole. He used a borrowed set. Pretty good clubs.
Yes.
But and his shoes. And of course, his golf shoes, his regular shoes are Jordan 45s, and his golf cleats are Jordan stuff too.
Wow, Evan must have...
Oh, Evan and him were like...
Evan loves shoes and loves Jordans.
And Rip showed us video of, you can probably find it on YouTube, of in his house in Florida, he has like a room of just shoes in like glass cases.
Oh yeah.
He's got the pair of shoes that when UConn won the championship game, obviously the pair of shoes when the Pistons won the he's got everything, he says.
Yeah.
It's incredible. The ticket text. Does Rip wear the mask when he golfs? No. No, he doesn't. My dad made tuna casserole one time and forgot to add the tuna.
Okay. Is that a euphemism for something? I
have no
I'm
idea.
Not totally following.
I was playing golf at a nice course in England. On the first tee, the starter informed me that I can't wear shorts with pockets on the legs, cargo shorts. I had to buy a pair from the clubhouse. That cost me as much as the golf.
Oh,
See,
that sucks.
I know. Went to play hockey and had all of my equipment except for my sticks.
Oh, yeah, that's a pretty key one.
Mm-hmm.
You must have it like in your job, your other jobs, in terms of like modeling and acting. Like I know Christy sometimes when she used to work on TV every single day. There's certain accoutrements, right? I mean, like hair, makeup, etc.
Oh my
all
gosh.
of a sudden it's like, whoa, I forgot this.
I forget little things, but nothing major. I've forgotten pairs of shoes before, like because I don't like driving in heels or walking around in them, really. So I don't wear them when I drive. So I think I throw them in the car, but I don't. So I'm wearing, flats or flip flops or something when I should have had heels.
Yeah.
And makeup and things, but nothing major.
We had a guy on the phone who hung up who said his wife forgot her veil on her wedding day.
Oh, well, that's not a big deal.
I mean, it may not be a big deal if you're not a big veil person, but if you spent your whole life anticipating your wedding day and one of the things you anticipated was your veil, it might be
but at least it's not like
your dress.
Yeah.
Mike,
a ring or
Mike
something.
in Clinton Township, you're on 97.1 The Ticket. Hello, Mike.
Hey, good morning.
Good morning.
So, about 30 years ago, our church choir, my wife was part of the choir, was going to sing at the Vatican. And so we're going to...
A big damn deal.
Oh, yeah, it was. It was pretty cool. But we're getting ready to go on the trip. They said, well, when you get your traveler's checks, you should make copies of them so that if anything happens, you've got copies of them to be able to replace them,
Oh, yeah.
So I go to one of the copy places, I put them all in the copy machine, make copies, take the copies, and walk away leaving the checks on the copier.
Oh my God.
We're getting on the plane at Metro Airport. I mean, like, we're 10 minutes from boarding when I realize I don't have the checks.
So did you have the copies?
$500 worth sitting on a copy machine. Luckily, somebody actually turned them in. And when we got to Rome, I had to go find American Express office, and they replaced them.
Yeah.
It was a pain, but at least we weren't out the money. But, yeah, I was not too happy.
Do you know, Mike, off the top of your head, and I'm sure they do, but Do they still make travelers? Is that still a thing that people do? Travelers checks?
I think you still can get them. I think so. I don't know.
I don't know either. I can't remember the last time I got them. You know, I mean,
Me neither.
travelers checks. That was a big thing back in the day. Oh, you had travelers checks. Remember, you had that.
Carl Malden used to do those ads, wasn't it?
Well, he did the ads for American Express.
Right.
Don't leave home without it.
Yeah.
Right? Wasn't that for the card or was it for the travelers checks?
I don't remember.
Yeah.
Me and my wife had one of the ultimates, the combo.
What?
Sam.
You forgot that you weren't actively. You forgot, or you just assumed everything would just work out just fine?
I was under the assumption that she was using a mechanism.
Ah.
You know the Nuva ring?
Yes, yeah.
That was the
running
form that
mine
she
used to
had
say.
that on. I was not aware that she didn't have it.
Ah.
Oh, boy.
And what was she under? And what impression was she under? Because she would know, wouldn't
The other
she?
option.
Yes, she would know.
She would know if you weren't.
Right.
So why wouldn't she have gone, just FYI?
What? Let me tell you something. We had been at the Sop Mitzvah, the Bat Mitzvah, Stoney's Girls, and we had a really good time, and we had a good night.
Good.
And, something got forgot.
Hey, my third child, and Sam is your third child. And granted, we weren't looking to prevent it from happening, but we weren't necessarily looking for it
We
to
weren't
happen.
looking for it.
We said we've always referred to her as the best decision we never made.
Yeah, it is. It's all great and worked out. It's
Oh
fine.
yeah. No, I understand that, but at the time you're like, whoa.
Yeah, because he doesn't blame me for him anymore. Now that he loves his son. Originally, it was my fault, you know?
It depends on
It wasn't.
It depends on the day. Listen, I have a good friend, and I won't name names here, but you guys all know him too. And he was very surprised to find out that they were having a fourth child. And he got home from work, and there was a positive test sitting on like the kitchen counter. And he looked at it, and he looked at his wife, and he looked at it, and he said, "Is this yours?" Like, whose else would it be? Just some random, you know, what are they called? Pure. What are the tests called? The company that makes them, whatever.
When I was told that, I think I was quiet and just stared for 20 minutes.
When you were told you were having a third child?
Yes.
Yeah. No, we were thrilled. I mean, again, we had always talked about having three, but we weren't like, we're in a grand rush to have
in baby mode.
We were never in baby mode. We were baby mode for 1 and 2. We were not in baby mode for number 3, but we were thrilled that it happened. And she's turned out okay. 248-539-9797 is the telephone number. The ticket text 97136. Coming up next, the Brett Hull Gloria rendition that we played a little bit for you the other day, coming from the Blues Parade, has been remixed thanks to a radio station in St. Louis. We'll have that for you coming up. Also, we have Tiger tickets to give away coming up at 7:35. Jamie and Stoney on 97.1 The Tickets.
WXYT FM and WXYT HD1 Detroit. A radio.com sports station. Sports headlines. All day, every day. This is 97.1 The Ticket.
Brought to you by LDB, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram. The Tigers begin a week-long road trip with a 5-4 victory last night over the Pittsburgh Pirates in Pittsburgh. Brandon Dixon and Miguel Cabrera each drive-in runs to lead Detroit's offensive attack in that win, which ended a 4-game losing skid for the Tigers. The Washington Nationals' Max Scherzer will miss his scheduled start today against the Philadelphia Phillies after he broke his nose during a bunting drill before last night's game. Team officials will determine if Scherzer, a former Tiger, will be placed on the 10-day injury list later today. It's the calm before the storm for the Pistons, who hold the number 15 pick in tomorrow night's first round of the NBA draft. Although there is a chance that won't be the case when the draft actually arrives. That's according to senior advisor Ed Stefanski.
We've been investigating moving up. We've been investigating moving back, doing our homework out there. And I think there could be volatility in this draft.
Most mock drafts out there have the Pistons taking Indiana shooting guard Romeo Langford in the first round. The Red Wings begin a 9-game exhibition schedule with a contest against the Chicago Blackhawks September 17th at Little Caesars Arena. That's according to the schedule released by the team yesterday. The New York Islanders, the Pittsburgh Penguins, and the Toronto Maple Leafs will also play at the LCA during the preseason. From the Ticket Update Desk, I'm Tony Ortiz. For more, go to 971theticket.com.
Jamie,
Daddy gambles and does drugs.
and Stoney
Wild sex animals.
on 97.1 The Ticket.
Good Tuesday morning or Wednesday morning, everybody. Sorry, I was off by a day there. Sunny skies out there right now. Though some clouds are going to come into the area. There's a chance of rain later on this evening, and then maybe a thunderstorm or two overnight tonight. Jamie and Stoney, Jamie Samuels, along with Mike Stone, Tony Ortiz, Heather Park here as well. A little bit later on in the show, we'll be joined by Wojo. Wednesdays with Woj. He's going to kind of do an earlier edition. Not that early, because, come on, that's preposterous to think he can do anything before 9 o'clock. We'll talk to Wojo at 9:02. We'll talk to Rick Bucher at 9:35. Rick, longtime NBA analyst for a variety of platforms out there, most notably for years on ESPN. But he will help us size up the draft and also what's coming up in the NBA offseason. And one of the big questions, and the Celtics appear to be just coming apart at the seams.
Yes, Kyrie's ghosting them supposedly. Al Horford now is going to opt out of his deal that he was going to make, like $30 million and opting out
Al
of that.
Horford.
How about Harrison Barnes opting out of a deal where he's going to make $20-some million with the Sacramento Kings? He can do better than that?
He might be able to do better than the Sacramento Kings. You never want.
Well, they're a team on the rise, actually.
Oh, no, I know, but I mean, I always felt like he wanted to go back to Golden State, and maybe he can find a way back there for less money if that's what he really wants. If he wants the the quality of life over the money, who knows?
What's going on with Boston? Seriously,
I don't know.
Something's not being told there. Is it a Brad Stevens thing? Is it a Danny Ainge thing? Because to me, you go back to Anthony Davis and what his agent said. He's not going to play there.
I was watching something last night, and they said this whole, Jackie McMullen, that was a video I saw on Twitter, was saying, and if you don't know, she's a longtime Boston sports writer, especially for basketball, but she said this all started with Gordon Hayward when he came back, and a lot of the players felt that Brad Stevens, because of his relationship with him, forced him on, that he wasn't really ready to play, and they forced plays for him, and that kind of broke up the locker room a little bit.
Boston is still to this day a racially charged city.
Yeah, I wasn't going to go there, but I thought about it.
I mean, there's many people who point out there is a Ted Williams tunnel and not a Bill Russell tunnel. That's all you got to say.
Yeah.
The greatest winner in the history of basketball, he doesn't have a tunnel, but Ted Williams, who never won a single championship.
With Subban. The game
P.J.
7.
Subban, yeah, absolutely. So, I don't know if that's a factor as well, but there are two high-profile black players who are opting out of playing in Boston. That may be notable as well.
And a third who said he wants nothing to do with going there.
Right.
I mean, this is one of the most respected franchises. It's just something's up there, and maybe the bloom is off Brad Stevens.
Maybe Michigan should have made a run at Brad Stevens.
Maybe.
We'll get him in 2 years.
Horford might be the one that deals with that. I don't think Irving has anything to do with race or anything. I think it just has to do with the fact that he's a bit loony at times.
Oh, I agree with that completely. I mean, and you start to wonder, as great a player as he is, if he's one of those players where he's just kind of I don't want to say cancer because that's too strong of a word.
Me guy.
I don't know. I mean, it's like there's like that Seinfeld episode where Jerry was dating a really cute girl, and Kramer and George knew she's a loser, Jerry. There's just something about her. She's a loser. Like, I don't know. And Kyrie's a winner. He's won a championship. He's a hell of a player.
How about what's going on with Houston?
Well, that's not surprising.
No. He's making more cancer. Chris Paul. People are saying
he wants to go play with LeBron. I mean, the trending topic all day yesterday on Twitter was, CP to the Lakers. It just seems like, I just feel like it's going to happen.
Well, we'll get into that with Rick Bucher. A lot of mechanisms have to happen for them to have the money to do that.
But what about D'Antoni? I feel like every third week there's this D'Antoni closing in on a new contract.
Right.
Contract talks are falling apart. I don't even know what's going on.
Yeah, the general manager saying we're shopping everybody pretty much except for Harden. So,
All right, so we had the St. Louis Blues parade over the weekend. Heather had the story about the one player who was openly vomiting in the car going through. And I don't know that Brett Hull did that on the parade route. It wouldn't surprise me if it happened later on because he was well lubricated when he stepped to the mic to address the fans at the Blues parade over the weekend. We played some of the clips for you on Monday. He also belted out is probably not the right word.
No.
Tried to make his way through a verse of Gloria, and it was really bad. So KMOX, a legendary radio station in St. Louis, put together a remix, thinking the vocals. Is this a kind of a merge? Is this kind of like Lady Gaga and Bradley Cooper?
Yes.
Except it's Laura Branigan and Brett Hull.
Yeah.
Similar.
absolutely.
Similar duos. Here we go.
You never get too much from Brett Hall.
Do you think because Laura Branigan passed away years ago, but do you think the members of the Branigan family, well, their level of being thrilled with the reemergence of the song, like went up and up and up and peaked during the Stanley Cup Finals, and now it's kind of going back down again? They're like, okay, let's let it lie.
Yeah, Brett Hall ruined it.
Right. And KMOX took it next level with that one.
I wonder if I assume the family is, gets royalties. I mean, because crazy.
So we brought up the issue of Stoney golfing with Richard Hamilton yesterday, and the fact that Richard Hamilton, forgot his golf clubs. Mm-hmm. And when you forget your golf clubs going to a golf match or a golf game, that's a pretty significant thing to forget.
Yes.
So we asked the question, have you ever forgotten something significant going to an event or a sporting event or something like that? We got a bunch of ticket texts, and we got to a couple of them, but I thought this one was particularly interesting. My nephew once had a soccer game that I was responsible to get him to. I got there on time, but left my nephew in the backyard of my house kicking balls into the net. Oops. That has to be, like, I know a story one time where my sister-in-law was driving to pick up a babysitter to bring them back to the house to babysit her kids, and she brought her daughter with her, and then she picked up the babysitter, went back to the house, and left her daughter at the babysitter's house. I mean, that has to happen. I've never done that. I've never forgotten a kid, but I gotta think that has happened. Like the family that flew to Paris for Christmas. Oh, sorry about that. That happened like back in the early 90s. Do you remember that story? They were a really nice suburb of Chicago, and anyway, they left their kid behind, but that's something totally different.
My former brother-in-law, after his daughter's bat mitzvah, he went home and realized that he left his daughter at the synagogue after the party.
The one who was having the bat mitzvah?
Yeah, after the whole, yeah.
He forgot the actual guest of honor, if you will?
Well, yeah, it was after the party.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it was like, 1:30 in the morning, whatever, 12:30 in the morning, and he went home, and she was still at the synagogue.
Wow.
What about Stoney? You forgot to shave half your face.
No, he didn't forget to shave half his face. The battery ran out in his electric razor. That's totally different. Come on. I forgot my test materials to an open book final exam I didn't study for. Luckily, I survived. Oh, man. The feeling of panic you must have felt when... that is the most consistent dream I have of the bad dream variety, is I go into a final for college or high school. It's indiscernible which one it is. And I haven't gone to the class the whole semester. Yep. And I'm like kind of mad at myself. Like, why didn't I go to that class? It was just stupid.
My recurring dream is being late for like television, like even when I was a producer, running scripts in and being yelled at for whether it was George Michael or Bernie sitting on the set and there's no scripts in the prompter. I get that all the time. I think it goes back to, actually it was on a golf course. I was producing for Bernie, and we were supposed to have Sean Burr on live from Indianwood, and I don't wear a watch, which is pretty stupid to do back in the days where you didn't have phones at times. And so I missed driving Sean Burr on to the live shot, and I just got chewed out, rightfully so.
Yeah, I gotta say, one of my biggest mysteries in life, not mysteries in life, but we've known you a long time, Stoney, and you are a little bit absent-minded, not at times the most organized guy in the world.
No.
The fact that at one time you were the producer, not the talent, because the talent can kind of get by with just whatever. It's the producer who has to be like, This is 2 minutes. This has to be exactly 2:30.
Right.
You have to be. It's a hard out at this time. All TV terms, I know. That was you. What happened?
I don't know.
Were you really good at it?
I was pretty good.
But so what happened to the precision?
I don't know. But it was, especially like Bernie was like, he was so good running, by the seat of his pants anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So it was never
So
like
you were perfect for him.
I was perfect.
He overcame your deficiencies.
Mm.
Gav, you know what that's like?
Oh, yeah.
Went to a wedding in Cleveland, and as we were heading for the ceremony, I realized I did not pack dress socks. Did my best not to expose my stark white ankles all night long. It's one thing when you realize it when you get there, because you can always find a store to buy a pair of socks or a belt if you forgot something like that. But to not realize it until you were on your way to the ceremony, that's significant.
I didn't take dress shoes with us when I went to Jamaica to get married. Forgot them.
But didn't you get married on the beach?
Yes.
So you gotta go with bare feet.
I had the suit with sandals, and people liked it.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, I think that's fine on the beach. You could have went without the sandals.
Yeah, if you're getting married in church, that would be a significant issue. But
yes.
Yeah, if you're getting married on the beach, I think you're good with that.
What about now, though? The whole tennis shoes look with the
Suits?
with the suit.
You're talking about
For
the
a
black
wedding?
shoes with the white
Yeah.
soles?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's big. I don't know. We've been talking about Evan for a while now. Evan Jenkins is getting married next year. Do you think he'll wear Jordans with his tuxedo?
No.
I think
I don't
he'll want to. I don't think
Agreed.
his fiance will.
That's why I said a hard no. She's not going to let that happen.
Or no?
I think she's going to let him do something Evan like.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Maybe he'll change into them later.
Yeah. All right,
After the
coming up.
ceremony.
Maybe we'll have Sparty there.
Oh, yeah. Coming up at 7:35, we will play Hot Potato for Tiger tickets. Coming up next, Heather has news. Jamie and Stoney on 97.1 The Ticket. Summer is finally here, and it's the best time to experience the new Buick at La Fontaine. The new 2019 Buick lineup offers something for every driver. They got the 7-passenger Buick Enclave, perfect for your growing family, or enjoy the ride and drive of the midsize Buick Envision. And last but certainly not least is the 2019 Buick Encore, leasing now at La Fontaine for only $99 a month. The Encore is a compact luxury SUV with a quiet, spacious cabin and comfortable seating for up to 5. Lot to discover and a lot to love at La Fontaine Buick GMC, with 2 family deal locations in Highland and Ann Arbor, or shop online at LaFontainegm.com. Remember, at La Fontaine, it's all about the family deal, the all-encompassing philosophy of the La Fontaine family to make sure that you feel like part of the family. Lease for $99 a month for 24 months at 10,000 miles a year. $29.95 plus tax, title, and plate due at signing. No security deposit required. You need GM employee pricing and lease loyalty, or a Buick GMC lease in-household. Offer ends July 1st. See dealer for complete details.
97.1 The Ticket. Traffic.
This report brought to you by Chemical Bank. The roads are still accident-free this morning, so taking a look at 75 heading southbound. Traffic is still heavy and slow in pockets anywhere from after Sashabaw to M59 as you make your way into road work. Same thing goes for 75 southbound around 14 Mile Road, and northbound 75 heavy and slow from 696 to 12 Mile. Chemical Bank understands that numbers matter. With over 100 years of service, whether you need greater lending power or more efficient banking solutions, let their commercial relationship bankers sum it up for you. Learn more at chemicalbank.com. Chemical Bank, a better banking formula. I'm Michelle Pena in the WWJ 24-hour traffic center.
The Detroit Tigers play the Pittsburgh Pirates. Pre-game tonight at 6:40 on 97.1 The Ticket.
Quit eating your burgers off a coffee table. If you want to eat a burger, put it on a bar. Fresh, juicy, smashed till it's crispy around the edges, covered in gooey cheese, and stacked to the ceiling with deliciousness. Follow your instincts to Buffalo Wild Wings for the new All-American Cheeseburger.
At Kroger, we've got more ways to save. With fuel points, digital coupons, and great sales, like the Buy 5, Save 5 event happening now. Just choose from
purchase a gun for someone who can't, you can buy yourself 10 years in jail. If a friend or relative asks you to lie to a federally licensed firearms retailer so you can buy a gun for them, don't do it. It's not worth 10 years in jail. Whatever you do, don't lie for the other guy. This message is brought to you as a public service announcement by the NSSF, the National Shooting Sports Foundation. Remember, don't lie for the other guy. Visit them on the web at don'tlie.org.
St. Mary's is a place where boys come to find their place in the world. It's not just a place where we learn what to think. It's a place where we learn how to think. A St. Mary's man strives for success, not for himself, but rather the thousands of brothers who came before him, and for the many who will join this family. If you think you're ready to be a part of our tradition, rooted in success, come see for yourself how St. Mary's is more than just a school.
Learn more at stmary'sprep.com.
You have $1 million home? I got $1 million buyers lined up. Hi, it's Mark Z with EXP. When it comes to luxury homes, nobody spends more money marketing your home. You need the Z Guarantee. If I don't sell your home in 98 days, I'll sell it for free. I'm not bragging. I'm applying for the job. Call me, Mark Z, today and start packing.
Dad, what are you doing? Cramming for college. I'm the one going to college. Yeah, but we need to figure out how we're going to pay for it all.
Discover Student Loans.
Discover does student loans?
Yeah, they're one of the top private student loan lenders in the country. It takes 15 minutes or less to apply, and there are no fees for the life of the loan. Best of all, I can earn cash rewards if I get good grades.
Really?
Yeah, we still have time to apply and get a great rate.
So I can just chill. College kids still say that, right?
No one says that, Dad.
Really?
Yeah.
Visit discoverstudentloans.com to apply today. Limitations apply.
Detroit's Best Barbecue is now serving up Detroit's best fried chicken. Famous Dave's Buttermilk Marinated Fried Chicken is the perfect blend of crispy and juicy and just the right amount of spicy. Available at Famous Dave's in Westland, Roseville, Taylor, and Novi. Visit FamousDavesDetroit.com.
Got something to add? Text 971 the ticket now at 97136. Ticket text brought to you by LaFontaine Chevrolet. Home of the family deal. Find over 5,000 new and pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs daily at FamilyDeal.com. Now available for download. Always Aggravated. A Mike Valenti signature podcast. Get it on radio.com and Apple iTunes.
On a Wednesday morning, Jamie and Stoney with you here on 97.1 The Ticket. Thanks for tuning in. We greatly appreciate it. Well, it was a good start to the day. There is some rain coming up this afternoon, a high of 72 degrees. Tigers, Pirates tonight here on The Ticket at 7:05 with Jordan Zimmerman making his return to the Hill against Trevor Williams for the Bucks. Tigers win last night 5-4. Time for news. Heather Park. What's up, Heather?
Well, former XFL and Carolina Panthers star Rod Smart, or otherwise known as He Hate Me.
He Hate Me.
Yes. Well,
we wouldn't call him a star.
He was the biggest star in the XFL.
Not Carolina Panthers.
Oh, yeah.
Well, XFL
Yes,
star. Well,
yes.
he went missing yesterday, but there's no need to worry or freak
He was
out.
missing for like a week, they said, right?
He was missing for a week, but they put out this missing person advisory because he hadn't been heard from in about a week.
Okay.
But they have found him, and he is safe, and he is doing all right. So that's the good news.
Where was He Hate Me? We don't know.
We don't know. They didn't release that. They just said that he has been found safe.
He changed his name to He Found Me.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Well, good. I'm glad to hear it.
Now, Jamie,
The world was different without Rod Smart. And
the question I have is when the new XFL starts next year, when they have the XFL Hall of Fame, there are people from the original XFL. Will they be eligible? Like, will He Hate Me be eligible for the XFL Hall of Fame?
great question. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and say yes.
Are they going to have awards named after greats of the previous incarnation? Like, is there going to be the He Hate Me MVP?
Right.
Also a great point. Or the Al Luganville Coach of the Year.
Or the Tommy Maddox, did he play in the
I believe
XFL?
He
He was really good.
did, yeah.
So everyone that plays in the XFL creates like a nickname?
No.
Oh.
But some people did. And I remember the first weekend of XFL action, the big takeaway was some guy on the back of his jersey said, He Hate Me. I think every football fan from that era will remember Rod Smart for He Hate Me.
Right.
And that's about all I remember.
Right, and they won't remember, a lot of people will remember He Hate Me, but they have no idea what his real name is.
Right, didn't know who he was. Interesting. All right, I'm telling everybody, if you have a trip scheduled
tourism board.
I don't care.
My neighbor, her daughter's going to be a senior in high school next year.
Okay.
So they're supposed to go, and Cindy's been telling her, well, you might want to, cancel. No, we're going to wait it out a little.
What?
Yeah,
no, there's so many other places to go for spring break.
That's what I said.
There's so many other places.
They have till, it's not till April, but still. I agree.
People don't go because now there's been another death reported. This time, a guy from New Jersey. He's the latest U.S. tourist to suddenly die, and it happened last Thursday. They haven't released a ton of information, but it sounds very similar. He was there for a birthday party of a buddy. Wasn't answering his cell phone. He was found dead in his room. They say that before he went on this trip, he had a physical. He was in great physical health. Nothing that they should have been concerned about. And the family says they're going to do everything they can to prove and figure out what happened.
Really?
Yes.
Very strange.
Is this a minibar situation as
They
well?
did not say so. So it doesn't sound like he had a drink from the minibar, but the day before he died, he just started feeling really ill. He had flu-like symptoms. And then, like I said, he just kind of stopped answering his phone, and that's when his buddies found him.
I'm not trying to downplay the significance of this, but if you looked at other tourism spots around the world,
yes,
don't you think it's likely that people die there often as well? I mean, not quite in the same mysterious fashion.
Yes, of course, I do think there are obviously deaths all over where anybody goes, but this seems like...
Jamie uttered the key word, mysterious.
Mysterious, yeah.
Yeah, it's not people who had these crazy heart conditions that probably shouldn't have been traveling or shouldn't have been doing all these activities.
Right.
It's people who seem to be in generally very good health that just suddenly die.
Right. It's very odd.
Don't go. Find somewhere else. All right, so...
I agree.
Yes. So the Detroit Youth Choir moved the America's Got Talent judges to tears last night. If you missed it, go check it out. Terry Crews, one of the judges who actually grew up in Flint, was so inspired by the performance that he sent them straight through to the next round with the golden buzzer.
The famed golden buzzer. Yes.
It doesn't get used very often.
No. In fact, I never heard of it before today.
Really? It basically bypasses all the other judges' votes.
Yeah.
So,
so if everybody else voted X, like if Howie and Simon voted to throw them off, and Terry Crews gave it the Golden Buzzer Award,
they would go through.
Wow.
Yes, it basically bypasses all of the other votes.
It's like the Queen of Spades and Hearts, right? Isn't that with the winning card?
Sure. Never played, but yes.
Or the Queen of Clubs and Sheepshead, a lesser-known game.
Sure.
Just a valuable card.
Right.
Is it the Queen of Spades or the Queen of Hearts? Hearts. Maybe it's the Queen of Hearts.
Don't know.
Anyway, sorry.
Don't know.
Don't care.
Oh, jeez. I'm sorry I brought it up.
Harsh.
Yeah.
So an Oregon woman is basically fighting for her life after falling 16 stories down a garbage chute at a Portland condo. What?
Was she chasing after something that she mistakenly threw down the garbage chute?
We're not sure. There's still an investigation going on, apparently, but she got into this garbage chute, went all the way down the garbage chute, and then landed in basically the garbage collection area.
And now the walls are slowly closing in, and she's down there with a Wookiee. Never mind. Sorry, that was a Star Wars reference, Heather.
They went down a garbage chute?
They went into the trash compactor in the Death Star, to get away from stormtroopers.
Maybe that's the thing. Maybe something was chasing her.
It's kind of a pretty famous scene in the Star Wars, Greg, wouldn't you say it's a top 5 scene in the history of the Star Wars movies, the trash compactor scene?
Ooh, no. I would have to think of a list. This is a lot to bring up, but I would figure that there would be 5 more impactful scenes in the Star Wars trilogy than that.
What do you think is the Mount Rushmore of...
I get back to you.
Luke, I'm Your Father is definitely up there. Blowing up the Death Star the first time is definitely up there. That's got to be right.
No, I Am Your Father, by the way.
Yeah, whatever. All right, Heather, back to you.
All right, so...
We'll do this later off the air in podcast form. Yes.
Netflix says that their new Adam Sandler and Jennifer Aniston movie, The Murder Mystery, has basically smashed the opening weekend record. It's doing amazing. It's had more than 30 million viewers in the first 3 days.
Bird Box?
Not yet, but they say it's on track to break the record. Bird Box had 45 million views in the first week, so they say this movie is now on record to break that.
Have you seen it?
No.
Now you say it's a murder mystery. Does that mean it's not funny?
It's a comedy, so it is it's a comedy murder mystery.
What's not funny about a murder mystery? I mean, hilarious, right?
It sounds funny.
Yeah. I'm not sure Sandler and Aniston could make a serious murder. Yeah, I think there'd be some humor to it. Yeah. But it makes sense. Two very likable actors that people seem to really enjoy their movies.
I've heard a lot about it, but I haven't felt compelled to go watch it. Where the Bird Box, I was hearing so many different. I mean, I hear a lot about this movie because I hear about them going and doing interviews, and Jennifer Aniston, they talked about their kissing scene. But like Bird Box, everyone was like, you have to go see this. Right. I haven't heard that.
I haven't either.
But maybe I'll watch it.
I probably won't, but I'm sure it's fantastic.
I might. You never know. All right, so a Twitter question about Faygo Pop sparked a big online debate.
Yes.
So it all started with a really simple question, basically. It said, which Faygo flavor would you keep if you could only keep one? And then it showed, obviously, the flavors: grape, orange, red pop, and rock and rye. And that simple tweet sparked a huge debate. Hundreds of thousands of people reacted to the story. So the question is, which one would you choose?
People have very strong opinions about this. This really
This was
pissed a lot of people off.
super easy thing for me to answer. Now, I mean, have you guys even had all the flavors?
Yes, but only like once or twice. But I would keep the red pop.
I would too. Red pop was my answer.
Yeah, I'm not a big red pop guy, so I would keep the rock and rye.
And I feel like a lot of people said rock and rye, but red pop, I remember drinking it as a child all of the time.
Yeah.
And I'd get the little red mustache going. That's my favorite. I have to keep the red pop. It's classic.
I saw a more interesting question on Twitter yesterday.
Oh, did you?
Who would win a fight between a 10-year-old and a 100-year-old?
Yes.
A 110, I don't know.
It's a great debate.
It depends on the person.
I think a 10-year-old.
I think a 10-year-old wins.
I totally agree. Because they'd be like feisty, and they'd be. I mean, yes, of course, it depends on the person.
Right.
But the 100-year-old, come on. I mean,
But does the 100-year-old have a cane or anything that they can?
well, let's just go on the assumption that the 100-year-old does not have a cane.
No weapons.
But is relatively unstable. I think the 10-year-old takes it.
So do I.
Yeah.
And they're so agile. They can get to the ground and flail their legs. They can get up really quickly.
If it's a guy, if the 100-year-old's a guy, the 10-year-old could hit him right, just one punch.
Yeah.
Be down for the count.
You're probably right.
Yeah.
You're probably right.
All right. One more or not? Are you all done?
No, I have more. Of course I have more.
Okay.
So, unfortunately, an Indian magician died after being locked up in chains and dropped into a river.
He's a magician from the country of India.
Yes. Yes.
A Native American?
Yeah.
Yes, you've got it. So, he was apparently inspired by Houdini.
Clearly.
And he said he wanted to inspire more people to get interested in magic again. So before he was dropped into the water, he said, if I can open it up, then it will be magic. But if I can't, it will be tragic. And he was lowered into the water and he couldn't escape the chains.
So it was tragic.
So it was very, very tragic.
As somebody who did go to magic camp when I was younger, I will say I think it's obvious that this person did not have magic.
Very, very much so.
Either you have it or you don't. Doug Henning had it. David Copperfield has it. This guy doesn't.
No,
Sorry.
You didn't read all of Houdini.
No, come on. But at least Heather, as we like to say on this show, he died doing what he loved.
Very, very, very true.
Coming up next, we're going to play Hot Potato for Tiger tickets. If you'd like to play, 248-539-9797. These are for tickets to the Tigers take on the Kansas City Royals on Friday, August the 9th. Hot Potato is next. Jamie and Stoney, 97.1 The Tickets.
Did you know there's more than one Las Vegas? There's the Strip with Bailey's on vacation and questionable odds. And there's downtown Vegas, the original gambling and entertainment mecca. That's where you'll find the D Las Vegas. Book your stay today at thed.com. The D Las Vegas, your home for Detroit sports in Vegas.
LDB Dodge, Chrysler Jeep.
Hi, friends. Al Debe.
The hometown dealer.
You know us for our friendly hometown service, no gimmicks approach, and of course, our good cup of coffee. But there's more. We work hard every day to help our customers find the right vehicle for the lowest price. Many under $200 a month.
Now during their Bigger Things sales event, please a new 2019 Ram 1500 Bighorn, only $141 a month, or a 2019 Jeep Compass Limited, just $124 a month.
At Al Debe, we want to earn your business by helping you get more for your trade or get out of your current lease early. Call 866-AL-DB or stop in and visit us at Al Debe Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. We're on Dixie Highway in Clarkson, just off I-75, exit 93. As always, I'll buy you a good cup of coffee, and if we can't make a deal, I'll even
since July 1st. Check your local paper for details or ldb.com.
That's the sound of a new can of Benjamin Moore paint. That's the sound of a perfect front porch restoration with a few coats of the right stuff. That's the sound of your clients being so pleased with their contractor they send you a bottle of wine. The sound of doing an excellent job painting someone's cabinets. So they refer you to 4 of their friends. Any job you have, covered. That's what you get with Benjamin Moore.
There's nothing like meeting face to face. And there's nothing like Zoom to make that happen. Zoom lets you connect and do business across town or around the world. Zoom ties together all of your communication needs into one easy platform for video conferencing, phone calls, group chat, webinars, and your conference rooms. Connect easily from anywhere. Your mobile phone, your laptop, or conference room. Zoom is how business gets done. Get your free account at Zoom.com today. Meet happy with Zoom.
If you're a paint contractor, the Home Depot is here to save you money. You can get the same or better quality paint as you do at paint stores, but you also get one thing paint stores don't have: low prices every day on every gallon of high-quality Behr paint, stains, and primers. Plus, for pros, volume discounts. How much are you paying per gallon? At the Home Depot, you pay less for Behr paint every day, like Behr Pro paint starting at just $15.48 a gallon. The Home Depot, more safe, more doing. U.S. only. See store for details.
All money managers might seem the same, but while some give their clients cookie-cutter portfolios, Fisher Investments tailors portfolios to your goals and needs. Some only call when they have something to sell. Fisher calls regularly, so you stay informed. And while some advisors are happy to earn commissions whether you do well or not, Fisher Investments fees are structured so we do better when you do better. In other words, we're on your side. Maybe that's why most of our clients come from other money managers. So if you're in or nearing retirement, talk with us and find out why investors are switching to and staying with Fisher Investments. Fisher Investments, clearly better money management. Investments in securities involve the risk of loss. Visit us at FisherInvestments.com to find out what we can do for you.
This hour of instant feedback brought to you by Mike Capura of National Benefit Plans. For affordable life insurance, log on to nbphealth.com.
The only way you can take 97.1 The Ticket with you is the radio.com app. Download it today and listen to us anytime, anywhere.
Hot potato, hot potato. Hot potato, hot potato. Hot potato, hot potato. Potato.
Potato, potato, potato.
Wiggle, 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 wiggle.
All right, it's time for Hot Potato on 97.1 The Ticket. We are playing for a 4-pack of tickets to the Tigers and the Royals Friday, August the 9th. And if you don't win tickets there, you can stop by the legendary Bucharest Grill.
Oh, man, I love Bucharest.
On West Columbia Street in Detroit this Friday, June 21st from 7 to 9 p.m. for another chance to win. For more information, please, we beg of you, check out our website, 971theticket.com.
Best chicken shawarma sandwiches around.
They're outstanding.
Garlic,
Oh. All right, let's go to our contestants. On line number 1, we have Jay in Saline. What's up, Jay?
Hey, good morning.
Good morning, Jay. What's going on today? How you doing, buddy?
Hey, just getting pumped up here on the Wiggles theme song. So.
Pumps up the Detroit listeners quite like the Wiggles. Good point. We'll play Big Red Car coming up next.
Do they still exist?
Yeah, they do. 3 of the 4 are not the original. So it'd be like...
it's like the Temptations now.
It'd be like
only one original.
Ringo touring with 3 other guys.
Okay.
Yeah. Anthony is still around, but Jeff Murray and Greg are all gone. Sad that I know that.
Yes, it is very sad.
Jeff in Waterford is our other contestant. Jeff, how are you?
I'm doing well, thank you. How are you guys doing?
We are
Jamie,
great.
I'm very impressed with your Wiggles knowledge.